Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we have a boot for you. Pair of cowboy boots. This is boot country.
It's a pair of Tony Lamas.
Tony Lamas, they've been around for a long time.
We know you guys like cowboy boots, or at least a lot of you guys seem to, and you've been asking for more cowboy boots, so Tony Lama is a very
reputable.
Yeah, been around for a long time. So when it came through our shop, pulled them off the shelf and said, let's do a video for you guys.
But before we get into that, we want to give a quick shout out, actually 2 shout outs.
Yep. So some customers recently sent us a couple of things in the mail. It's always pretty cool when you're expecting to get shoes or products in the mail and you open it up and it's something really neat that you guys made. So stay right there, let me show you. So we got this one in the mail last week and
big box. And I was like, are these shoes?
It weighs a ton.
Box.
Yeah, it weighs a ton.
Yeah.
It's metal, and then they burnt, the logos into the wood. And just to give a shout out to the gentleman that he had commissioned to make this. It's a veteran-owned company, which we like, and it's called Darlage Metalworks in Columbus, Indiana. So if you're in Indiana and you need something like this, check that gentleman out. But thank you very much for that. That is absolutely amazing.
That's going in the shop.
Yeah, we're going to hang that up here.
The other thing is a gentleman sent this. It is an old-fashioned Stanley number 199 razor. But see if you can, it's gonna be kind of blurry, but you see the coloring on it. And up here by the blade, it is actually engraved.
It's really cool. I think it's like just a normal Stanley razor blade that you can get, and then this gentleman totally did some.
There's a thing called the Stanley Challenge I've heard some guys do, and this guy is a tool engraver. So he engraved all this himself, and then he went through and colored the grip like this kind of copperish color, and then like a black enamel on the script there.
Really awesome.
Both sides.
I don't know if we're going to use it.
Yeah.
It's so nice.
It's so nice. I don't want to mess it up and get glue on it.
They put it in a case or something and look at it over there.
But kudos. Thank you so much for this.
Yeah. So as far as the boots go, real quick, I think we're just going to do a simple resole, new heels, new heel pads, polish them up a bit. If we get in there and it needs more work, we'll do it.
Yep.
But let's speak no more. Let's just get straight to it.
All right. Taking these blocks apart, stacked leather board. Not real leather though. Not a big fan of that. Let's see how many we got. See how that just snaps? That's the sign of leather board. So here's all the layers. I don't like leather board, so we're gonna redo it in leather, and 5 pieces to make this cowboy boot. All right, hey, come up here for a second, I'm gonna show you something. All right, so we get a lot of questions about cowboy boot soles and welt styles. Very traditional. Will to have pegs and nails, or just pegs or just nails, or the combination like this one coming through the waist. The welt only comes around to just behind the joints here. So this is considered a half welt. And then if the stitches come all the way back underneath the heel block back here, then that's going to be a 3/4 welt. Just thought I'd show you. Trent and I used to live in Oklahoma, where there's like legit cowboys pushing herds of cattle. And I'll tell you what, there are two things that I know of that cowboys take real serious, and that is their cowboy boots and their cattle. A lot of people don't realize that the boot and shoe industry is a byproduct of the meat industry. So yeah, we're gonna talk about today's sponsor, ButcherBox.
So Heath's family and my family have been using ButcherBox for several months now, and we absolutely love it. We both have extremely busy families between the two businesses we run and sports with the kids and whatnot. It's so much easier once a month for our family to just go onto ButcherBox, we pick out the package we want, we choose which cuts of beef we want, which pork, which chicken, which seafood, and then it's simply shipped directly to our house. So once a month, we basically have all the meat that we could want for a month, and it is delicious. Also, what we really like about the meats on ButcherBox is that the beef is 100% grass-fed and pasture-raised. All of the chicken that you get is free-range USDA certified organic. The pork comes from heritage breeds, amazing bacon, and if you like seafood, it is all wild caught. So you can get things like Alaskan sockeye salmon, Alaskan cod, sea scallops, halibut, and even cold cracked Maine lobster. So if you enjoy cooking out as much as my family does, then definitely check out ButcherBox. Okay guys, so right now ButcherBox is offering one of their most popular deals, where any new member that clicks on our special link down in the description box below will receive ground beef for life. That is 2 pounds of ground beef in every order for the lifetime of your membership. This offer does not last long, so make sure you click on that link today.
All right, so here is the inside. You see there's not much of a cavity to put cork in, because this is the way a lot of old school traditional boots, they pretty much sit straight on the sole. There's a little bit of pad right here, but it's not a lot. It's not a deep cavity, because this is a hand welted boot. It is carved out of the leather. It does not have a canvas skimming going around. So, all right, coming on back, shank, and then the ran is this hard plastic. So there you go. We're not gonna have to replace the welt on this. I don't have to replace that plastic ran. I don't have to, but do y'all want me to? Give me a thumbs up right now if you want me to do it. I'll wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll do it. You always want to make sure you pull the old stitches out before you restitch another one. You'll jack up the welt. So I said foam because it looked yellow, and I just figured that it was foam, but it's actually just a scrap piece of leather, which is very typical, using a little piece of leather just to fill whatever void there is, which is not much. But yeah, here you can see where it's actually carved into the leather. Very old school. Hey, what do y'all think of these? JR, got a little lug tread on the bottom. If you got a pair that do you think these would look good on? Then drop a comment down. Tell us what you think about these new JR soles. Speaking of Cowboys, got a brand on there. All right, so we sometimes get questions and comments like, well, why didn't you put cork in this? And even though, you know, I explained it a little while ago, we'll say it again. Not all cowboy boots are made with a deep cavity that would require foam or cork. And I mean, for instance, look, these came out of right and the left. They're not even the same leather. And that's very, almost kind of traditional in cowboy boots is, people are just going to use scrap leather just to try to fill that little bit of void, and we're going to do the same. We're kind of traditionalist on many things. This is a piece of scrap chrome with a veg retan, so it's a little bit more pliable than just using a piece of veg tan, and it'll flex and bend better. So the waist is going to show a little bit on the edge because the welt doesn't go over it. So if there's any that shows, we want it to be dyed. All right, so one of the questions we get a lot is when you nail or you have wood pegs go through there, how does it go through without hitting the foot? And it goes all the way down until it hits that iron last that we put the boot on, and then it either crimps if it's a nail or it just stops if it's a peg, and it stays flush with the insole. That's how it does it. So you can see it's still domed this way and the same this way. So we'll have to sand this down to where it's flat before we start building any more up.
Okay, ladies and gents, we have finished up this pair of Tony Lama Cowboy boots, but before we show you the final look, like we always say, if you're interested in sending your shoes or boots to us, check out potterandsons.com. It has all of the information you'll need down there. Also, if you're looking for the best shoe care products on the market for your shoes, for your high heels, for your boots, whatever, which you know you need to be doing, check out potterandsons.com.
It's got it all. Also, sandals. We got a whole batch of sandals that are going to be ready to go soon, so check out southernpolish.com. Also, Instagram, potterandsons.com, Potter and Sons,
and
there you
Southern
go.
Polish.
And Southern Polish.
Both of our Instagram accounts.
Yes.
Okay, let's get into these boots.
All right. We put on a traditional JR sole. We rebuilt the heel block out of stacked leather. It was leatherboard. I'm not a fan of that. So we did 5 layers of veg tan leather. Looks really good. And capped them off with some Vibram top lifts. And then just put a little bit of color back into a few spots. There was some worn piping on the edge. Put some cream back in that, blend it all back in. Pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and when it comes to the uppers, I know well, not a lot, some of you guys kind of take things overboard, and you know, every time a boot video or shoe video comes out, you expect the uppers to look like they just came off the showroom floor. You have to remember, a lot of times, you know, we add some things here and there. We'll run it by the customer, but a lot of times customers are just sending us their shoes to have them resold, and a lot of times they take care of the uppers on their own. So not everybody's wanting to have their uppers coming back looking brand new. You know, they just don't want to pay for that a lot of times. So on these, like Heath said, we just did a basic polish,
Touch-ups.
and just touched the boots up, you know, made them look better than what they did. And sometimes that's all the customer wants us to do. But anyways, I think these boots look a lot better, and we're anxious to get these in a box and ship back to the customers. That's about it.
Hope y'all enjoyed it.
So, yeah.
Until next time, y'all have a good one.